last week.
We're getting on. Where do we get on the other side?
The newly formed group of Chloe, Lewis and Nathan, and the duo of Chantel and Marie-Claire,
Excuse me, where do we go to go upstairs?
left Lombok and travelled separately to the neighbouring and significantly more remote island of Sumbawa.
Chief, how are you doing?
For the week's travel challenge, both groups stayed with a different village tribe.
You have a nice home. It's really nice.
Integrated with the communities,
Get the hang of this.
both groups won over the village chiefs and each repaid their tribe's hospitality by organising an event.
It's a draw, it's a draw.
Both groups reunited at the end of week meeting, where Chloe was voted Traveller of the Week
Now I'm going to go to Chloe.
and was rewarded with 50% extra cash for the following week. Then the five learned of their next travel destination.
The coming week we must travel to the next island east, which is Flores.
Ooh, nice name.
New travel challenge,
To spend 2 days working on a conservation or community project.
Ooh, yay!
and decided who they would travel with for the following week.
We could go in a group of 3. Mary and Nathan could go together. Is that fine? I kind of went with Lewis and Chloe so that Nathan and Marie-Claire could have like a week together.
Leaving Nathan, who fancied Marie-Claire until she kissed another boy in Bali, to spend a potentially awkward week with the girl he no longer likes, but who he suspects now has feelings for him.
He made it quite clear last week he didn't want to travel with me, so that could be a bit uncomfortable if he still feels like that.
It's day 1 of week 7.
I think I'll be able to get there.
You sure?
Yeah.
And both groups leave the port in East Sumbawa and board separate boats to begin their journey to the neighbouring island of Flores.
Sunbathe on deck if we wanted. We've got 4 hours.
Having already left Bima in Sumbawa, the two groups will make a 4-hour boat crossing to the next island east. This week's destination is number 7 of 8, a small town called Bejawa on the island of Flores. To pass this week's travel challenge, both groups must successfully complete 2 full days on their own voluntary project. Marie-Claire and Nathan will leave the mainland and head to Rinca, where they'll work and live as conservationists with the endangered and man-eating Komodo dragons. While Chloe, Chantel and Lewis will travel to Rutang in central Flores to work as teachers at a local Indonesian primary school. If anyone quits the challenge or fails to reach Bejawa, they'll lose 25% of next week's travel budget. Along the way, each group must try to have the most exciting adventure possible.
Oh my days. Look at the size of that one.
So that when they meet up at the end of the week, they can outdo each other with their travel tales. Before voting for the one person they think most deserves the title of Traveller of the Week and the extra cash that comes with it. As Nathan and Marie-Claire's boat pulls away from Sumbawa, the atmosphere on board is noticeably awkward, as the pair have barely spoken since leaving the meeting in Bima this afternoon. 4 weeks ago, on a beach in Bali, Nathan told Marie-Claire that he fancied her, but she rejected him. Since then, Nathan's moved on and is now uncomfortable around the 19-year-old Scot.
How you doing?
Good, thanks.
Are we nearly there yet?
I think we've got like another hour.
Is it?
Refusing to travel with her last week after suspecting her feelings for him may have changed, Nathan knows for the sake of the competition they must get along this week and decides to clear the air between them once and for all.
We haven't really spoken that much today. Did you think I weren't talking to you or something?
No, I just thought you were having a bad day. What was on your mind?
No, just little things, like just things about me and you and stuff. I think it's just best if we just be good friends. I don't know how you feel about it, but...
I would like to be more than good friends, but it's really like a two-way thing, obviously, so if you don't feel like that, that's fine. How come like you kind of changed your feelings and stuff? What was it that kind of made you change your mind?
I'm not sure really, it just seemed like it was just a one-way thing for me, like, so I told you stuff and you didn't tell me and nothing.
I know, to be honest, I really didn't know how I felt, like I wasn't sure, but I do really like you, and that is a big thing for me to say. I never tell boys I like them, never ever, so
Do you think your feelings might change, or that's just that, like...
You know.
Okay.
It's been like at least 3 weeks or 4 weeks since I kind of stopped liking her and started, I just put it out of my head. So I think that once I got into that frame of mind, it'd be hard to get back to the way it was. So I think that she ain't done nothing wrong to me. She's a really nice girl and stuff. It's just I know my feelings won't change. Feeling a lot better now.
Good. It would have been nice if we had been more than friends. It's a shame, but now I feel like it genuinely we can just get on with things and have a good week and not feel awkward and stuff. So this is me off voice for the rest of my life, thanks.
Coming up, Chantal and Chloe's relationship goes from bad to worse.
I've said many a times that I don't like you and I don't feel like we get along.
Look, it's moving.
And Nathan and Marie-Claire come face to face with man-eating Komodo dragons.
Oh my days.
Our two groups of backpackers are on board separate ferries, heading east from Sumbawa and fast approaching the port of Labuan Bajo in Flores.
So how's everybody feeling about the travel challenge in the school?
I'm excited about it. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
For their travel challenge this week, both groups must successfully complete 2 full days' work on very different voluntary projects. Tomorrow, Nathan and Marie-Claire will begin work as conservationists, looking after endangered Komodo dragons on the small neighbouring island of Rinca. While Chantal, Chloe and Lewis will spend the day on the road, heading further into Flores to Rutang, where they'll overnight before taking up their temporary posts as teachers at a local Indonesian primary school. It's early evening.
Bye!
Cassie.
And Chloe, Chantal and Lewis finally arrive in Labuan Bajo. Gearing up for their mammoth 7-hour journey to Rutang tomorrow, the group plan an early night.
It's alright, it's basic.
Blooming hot.
After checking into a cheap hotel,
Nothing really shocks me anymore.
they head out for a quick bite to eat.
It says chicken curry, and then next to it, it says yellow soup and rice. So you don't know what you're going to get, yellow soup or chicken curry.
The last time Chantal travelled with Chloe was 5 weeks ago, and they struggle to get along. Chantal believes their differences are down to having backgrounds that are poles apart.
Hobbies. What do? I bake. I horse ride, play polo occasionally. More just like riding, get on a horse and just do something.
For the sake of this week's challenge, Chantal knows their problems must be put to one side. But to do this, she first needs to confront Chloe about how she feels about her.
I know you probably don't want to hear this, but I feel like I should just be honest because I've been saying it for a while. I know people who've been to private schools who I would class as normal, just like myself. But I think you kind of I'm going to be completely honest. I do think you sort of fit the kind of thing of a private school girl. Because I thought that you would sort of look down on people from a different environment and stuff like that.
I'm so shocked.
I really think you do.
I don't think I've ever given you a reason to think, you know, I am who I am, I speak how I speak, I look how I look, whatever. But I don't think I've ever given you a reason to think that I have an issue with backgrounds. It's how you act, it's not where you came from.
Yeah, but
I just think it's a shame because I really felt there was no need for, you know, because for weeks now you've been quite snidey at meetings and stuff towards me, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been honest. I've said many a times that I don't like you and I don't feel that we get along.
I'm inclined to think that some opinions are best kind of kept to yourself because they're not actually very nice. Sometimes it's a bit hurtful. I think, you know, it's very easy to put someone in a box. And I think that's probably what you've done with me. You've just put me in a box. I think it's a shame. So this week, how do you want things to pan out? Are you sort of like here, you know, grinning and bearing it in my company?
I just want to get through it. I'm not really here to like become like best friends with you or anything, but we've got to live together for the next couple of days, so I'm willing to do that civilly.
You know, you're completely entitled to your opinions. You know, you're a person, you've got a brain, you make your own mind up. Nothing to do with me, so.
Okay, cool. That's all good.
I don't like either of you.
I do feel better that we had the talk over dinner and I've got off my chest what I sort of wanted to. I'm not a horrible person, I've just been honest.
I've got my friends at home, I've got my family, you know, come out here and, you know, there's a few people who I don't necessarily get on with, you know, it's not a big deal, you know, not everyone has to be best friends.
Roadkill, what is that? Oh my day, that is the size of that! That's the biggest rat I've ever seen.
Nathan and Marie-Claire also arrive in Flores. Feeling a little better following their own clear-the-air chat earlier, the pair, who've agreed to remain just friends, are keen to find accommodation for the night.
Hello?
Hello?
Do you have rooms?
Yes.
For 2 people?
But there's just one problem.
Do you have twin room? 2 single beds?
How about the one room? Have single bed.
Yeah. Only double.
Yeah.
Only double?
Yeah.
Is that weird?
It's up to you, I don't mind.
For any guy, like I would be fine, like sharing a bed with, but just after today's chat and just after everything that's happened, it's just like, why would the hotel we picked have to only have double beds? Night.
See you later. See you in the morning. It's just sleep tonight and we'll wake up early in the morning.
It's 9 a.m. on day 2.
I don't want to jump.
After overcoming the embarrassment of having to share a double bed last night, Marie-Claire and Nathan are up and ready to take the 2-hour boat trip to the island of Rinca to get cracking on this week's travel challenge.
This scenery looks a bit like Jurassic Park.
Quite appropriate.
They must complete 2 full days' work on Rinca, assist rangers at the conservation, build a watering hole for the Komodo dragons that roam there, and brave the night in one of the island's basic huts. Quitting this challenge means losing 25% of their individual budgets for next week.
This reminds me of Scotland, right? Not to bam up Scotland too much, but...
I went to Glasgow one time and it does remind me of this, you know.
With things now sorted between them, the pair are determined to have the best time possible to ensure they have plenty to brag about when they see the others again at the end of the week.
Are Komodos not dinosaurs anyway?
Nah. No one can explain why they're there. They ain't related to anything. And they only live in 3 places in the world.
An endangered species, Komodos can only be found living naturally in Indonesia, on just a few islands. And on Rinca Island, a national park has been set up to protect their numbers.
I think we should go to a club tonight.
As they approach the island, Nathan and Marie-Claire anticipate spotting their first dragon.
Look, come here. There's something walking, look. Right on the grass where it's not walking anymore. You see the orange bit of the boat?
No.
Just look above that.
Yeah, that is a bird.
Yeah, not that little tiny bird. Little thing walking behind it, that's a monkey, actually. You got to keep an eye out, mate. If these things are wild.
I'm so excited about this.
I feel a bit nervous, mate.
Me too.
Okay, you think I see one? Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
You must be our new ranger.
Yeah, welcome to National Park.
Hello.
Pleased to meet you.
Costa is Rinca Island's head ranger, and he'll decide if the pair have worked hard enough over the next 2 days to pass the challenge.
Do they eat people?
Yeah, sometimes. Buffalo, wild pig.
They eat buffalo?
Yeah, eat buffalo only. Yeah.
When did somebody last die from the Komodo attack?
Attack 1 year ago in Komodo Island.
A year ago?
Yeah, 1 year ago.
And they died?
And they died.
Shall I check in then? Yeah.
Nathan and Marie-Claire are right to be nervous.
There is one.
Oh, that's a fake one.
No, look, it's moving. The other two, they are real.
Oh,
They're just chilling.
There's loads of them. Why should... Oh my days! The size of that one.
Just one bite from a Komodo can be fatal because their saliva is teeming with bacteria, giving the victim a serious case of blood poisoning. Highly trained rangers use forked sticks to keep the dragons under control.
Oh, he's kind of coming, you know. Yeah. I'll move that away from this thing. He's coming quick! Oh, yeah, they know what they're doing, it's alright.
I think Nathan's more scared because I quite like that they could chase us. I reckon I could outrun them, maybe. But then Nathan is saying that he could outbox them, so between the two of us we could probably take one on.
So, how are we meant to get past this death alley? I've never seen anything like these dragons before. I mean, they're pretty ugly looking, but they're beautiful looking as well at the same time. So not a lot of people get to see these things, and yeah, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm never going to get to see them again. So I'll try and enjoy my time without getting eaten. How deep does it have to be?
Yeah, you can make it like that.
As part of their travel challenge, Nathan and Marie Claire must dig and cement a watering hole for the Komodo dragons. Something which may be difficult for Marie Claire, who has never used a spade before.
I've got a funny feeling I'm going to be doing most of this, yeah.
As Nathan and Marie Claire tackle 6 hours of hard labour,
Can we get the express bus to Ruteng today?
back on mainland Flores, Lewis, Chantel and Chloe arrange a bus to take them 4 hours east to Ruteng, where tomorrow they'll take up their posts as temporary teachers at a local Indonesian primary school. English is widely spoken on Flores, and unlike the rest of Indonesia, which is mostly Muslim, the main religion here is Catholic.
Let's go. Let's check it out.
Something that Lewis, Chantel and Chloe experience firsthand in their search for a hotel. With limited accommodation in Ruteng, their best option is a local convent. That, for a nominal charge, will put them up for the next couple of nights.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. You speak English?
A little, but so did you speak Indonesian? Is more good?
No. We'll come to look for a room.
You are asleep
3 people.
together. Okay.
Is that allowed? No.
Sleep together always.
Can be separate if you want. First bunk bed of the trip. Top bunk's mine.
I love it, it's so cute.
I want the top
It
bunk.
looks like a hospital and a child's bedroom.
There's just something there dribbling in
Oh,
mine.
this is so funny.
What are you thinking about your room?
It's very nice.
It's really cute.
Bagus.
Yeah.
Is bagus?
Bagus, yeah. Barapa, how much is it?
Maybe 25,000
25,000.
rupees.
For the whole room or per person?
No. For the room.
Oh, that's
Wow,
really good.
that's brilliant.
Wow.
Okay.
Bye.
Excuse me.
Have you got the carrot?
Happy they've snapped up a bargain, paying just 49p each for their room, the trio take a look around.
Namasaya, what's your name?
Nama saya, I'm Sister Ophelia. And you?
Sister Ophelia.
Namasaya Lewis.
Excuse me?
Lewis.
Luis.
Yeah.
Luis.
But there are
May I know what the majority, the religion majority there in England? What is the
Protestant.
religion? Protestant. And
it's Christian, but
Christian.
Christian.
There's Muslim, Jewish, Protestant, Catholic,
So just the same
Buddhism.
like here in
Everybody
Indonesia.
is accepted in England.
What is your religion?
Me, Church of England, but High Church of England, almost Catholic, but not quite. Protestant, but Church of England. No, I don't even know if that's. I go to church at Christmas sometimes.
But you are not Catholic.
No, but kind of, almost.
Really?
Well, yeah, because it's High Church of England, so it's quite.
When's the last time you went to church?
I don't really go, but I've been baptised. It's quite a modern convent. When you think of convent, you think old, cobwebs, dark, like chastity belts, that sort of thing. But you don't really think modern. It's very modern. In fact, if I lived in Indonesia, I would become a nun because this is the best accommodation I've seen in a while.
Meanwhile, on Rinker Island,
Let's just get in there.
following a hard day's graft looking after dragons, Nathan and Marie-Claire are exhausted and let themselves into the hut the ranger has organised for them to stay in tonight.
Yeah, I need to block up all the holes here. I will not be able to sleep.
They soon realise this is accommodation at its most basic.
It is the worst. It just stinks.
What is that? There's some sort of bug there with like rat droppings or something.
And if that wasn't bad enough, there is a man-eating Komodo dragon sleeping right underneath them.
There's holes in the ceiling where there must be stuff living. There's holes in the floor and there's Komodo dragons sleeping under us.
Oh no, don't. Don't. Please tell me that's someone. Oh, please tell me that's someone taking the mick outside. Oh my god, please tell me that's not a dragon.
It's gonna be a great night's sleep, this.
Scared, but suspecting this adventure will provide a story or two to tell the others at the end of week meeting, Nathan and Marie-Claire nervously bed down for the night.
I'm tightening this one.
Can I do the honours?
Go on, please. Tighten up as much as you can. Oh, this is a joke that I have to sleep in a room like this. Sweet dreams.
Coming up, Chantal discovers she's a natural at teaching.
Everybody read it.
While Nathan and Marie-Claire find out if the Komodo dragons approve of their work.
Oh my god.
Our two groups of backpackers this week are on the lush mountainous island of Flores.
It actually doesn't even look real, it's so beautiful.
Their travel challenge is to complete 2 days' work on a voluntary project to the satisfaction of their supervisors. Nathan and Marie-Claire have already spent 1 day on neighbouring Rinker Island digging and cementing a watering hole for the island's endangered Komodo dragons. Whereas Chantal, Lewis and Chloe spent the day travelling east to reach their travel challenge destination of Rutang.
Hi, I'm Chantal.
It's 7 a.m. in the morning on day 3.
Oh, look at them! Are they waiting for us?
Today, Chloe, Chantal and Lewis begin their volunteering, teaching at an Indonesian primary school. The trio must work well together because if one of them quits the task or fails to carry it out properly, they will each lose 25% from their budget next week.
Hello. Yes. What else can we
Can I get a little bit louder?
The teachers and children have prepared a traditional local welcoming ceremony for their visitors from England.
Can we go closer? Don't get that in schools in England, do you? So nice that they all dance and like sing and they have all these outfits and stuff. It's really cool.
To pass the challenge, the group must take a class to the satisfaction of the teacher.
Okay, now I give chance to you to be a teacher and you teach them about what do you want to say to them.
Okay.
So, putting their differences to one side for the day, Chloe and Chantal get the lesson underway.
Today we're going to teach you about our country, which is England. In England, we have a very important person who wears... Her name is the Queen. The Queen. Yeah.
Checking one of the pupils' books, it becomes obvious to Chantal that the children's English is more advanced than they realised.
Our Father who art in heaven. Did you write that yourself? That's really clever. He's got the whole of the prayer.
Keen to prove herself in the task, Chantal takes control of the lesson and steps up with a more challenging exercise.
Okay, so you have 4 sentences and you have to read this and fill in the blank with a word from here. So you make me, and it could be happy, school, book or lesson. And then we can do punctuation. So do you want to write, I am in, read it first. I am in, I am in school. Clever boy. Well done. Okay, so everybody read it. I am in school.
Chantal did really, really well in the lesson. She took to it like a duck to water. You know, I think all the kids enjoyed, you know, her lesson plan and her game, and you know, her participation immensely.
I wasn't looking forward to the task at the beginning, but now I'm here, I love it. Before I came out to Indonesia, it's like kids, I hate them, get them away from me. The only child I liked was my nephew. But now I love all of these, there's about 1 million of them here, and I love them all. They're really, really cute, they're so respectful. It's wicked. Wicked? Wicked. Wicked. No.
50 miles away, just off the coast of Flores on Rinca Island.
I feel very protected knowing that you have your stick.
You should do.
It's Marie-Claire and Nathan's second and last day of their travel challenge, taking part in a conservation project for the Komodo dragons.
Is it dry?
Keen to see if the Komodos approve of the watering hole they dug and cemented yesterday, Costa the ranger tempts some of the dragons over with a bag smelling of fish.
Oh my goodness, it's actually running. Oh my god. It is walking pretty fast towards us.
This is a big one.
Nathan and Marie-Claire have to be careful not to get too close to the Komodos because one bite can be fatal as their saliva is teeming with bacteria.
Besides that one.
Oh my goodness, there's another one coming towards us.
Oh my days.
That's like an alligator.
Good. Alive.
Oh, saliva. Oh, hiya.
That could actually kill us with no problem at all.
Oh my god.
It seems the Komodos are happy, but how does Costa, the head ranger, think they've done?
I think now is a good job for the waterhole, the Rinca Island, special for the Komodo dragon. Nice job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice
Terima
job.
kasih.
With their travel challenge successfully completed, Marie-Claire and Nathan's thoughts turn to the end of week meeting, which is in just 2 days' time, and both wonder whether they've done enough to win either of themselves the title of Traveller of the Week.
I definitely think I would deserve to win Traveller of the Week this week, just for the simple fact that we've done something that no one else has experienced. I think we've definitely got a lot more stories than the other group, and hopefully I can put that across in the meeting and convince people to vote me Traveller of the Week.
I think that's one happy dragon moving on. Satisfied customer.
He's had a feed, he's had a drink and he's had a bath.
And a crap.
All in one.
This is my favourite task that we've done in terms of having a sense of achievement. I'm so pleased with how things have gone, and it seems to be something that will get used for forever, hopefully.
Costa, can I keep this stick to take home?
It's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you. Terima kasih.
Nathan hopes taking the Komodo stick to the meeting will help him score extra points when pitching himself as Traveller of the Week.
See you later, man. Thanks for everything.
After they have taken the boat back to Labuan Bajo and found a hotel for the night,
For 2 people, how much are they?
the pair reward themselves for 2 days of hard work by taking some time out to watch the sunset.
Yeah, I reckon this experience has definitely given me the want to do more travelling. I never thought I wanted to travel before.
It's morning in Labuan Bajo.
Is this the bus to Bajawa? Yes. Yeah, alright, thanks.
Mary Claire and Nathan are up early as they have a 9-hour bus journey to look forward to, travelling east to Bajawa, their final destination. Tomorrow, the end-of-week meeting will take place here and all the backpackers must gather to stake their claim on why they think they should win Traveller of the Week. It's morning in Rutang and Chantel, Chloe and Lewis have just got up and are preparing for their second and last day of their travel challenge, teaching at the school. Today is a very special day for Oxford University student Chloe, as it's her 21st birthday. As they arrive at the school, the teachers have arranged a surprise for Chloe.
We pray for your good day today.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind.
Happy birthday for you, Chloe.
Thank you.
May God bless you.
Thank you very much.
May God bless
Thank
you,
you.
your life, your job, and your mate.
Thank you. Thank you.
School tradition means that the birthday girl must shake hands with all the pupils. Trouble is, there are 438 of them.
I think they've been before. I think I've said hi to you before. I'm sure some of them are coming twice.
It was really, really funny. Me and Lewis could not contain ourselves. And Chloe's quite a hygiene freak. And like the whole shaking everyone's hands probably weren't like very hygienically pleasing for her. So that was like really, really funny to watch. Happy birthday! Joy! I think it kind of makes us feel better that they've done the whole happy birthday to her, and it took so long because it kind of was like the event of her birthday. Just lucky that like the kids done something to make her remember her birthday instead of us having to think of something.
Oh, thank you very much.
Surprise!
That was possibly the most amazing birthday welcome I've ever had. I can't believe that they so many children all singing happy birthday. Oh, and they all came and shook my hand. It was just amazing, like, so amazing.
Okay, they are ready.
Okay, hooray!
After having such a good day yesterday and determined to do well in the travel challenge, Chantel leads the group, instructing the whole school in a PE class. Tomorrow, all 5 travellers must vote for who deserves to win Traveller of the Week. And for Lewis, based on this challenge, there's one person who stood out.
If I was to pick one person out of the 3 of us that done best at the school, it'd be definitely Chantel, because she's just absolutely done really well with this, so good on her.
I think I would make a good teacher. I'd be like the fun time teacher, who always keeps everyone happy and bubbly and whatnot. So yeah, I think I would make a good teacher.
Thank you very much for your coming, for joining with us, Miss Teka Kumbadua. We hope you, 3 of you, really enjoy with us, and we hope 2, 3 of you will come back again with Ines Teka Kumbadua. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
With the teacher happy with their performance and 2 full days at the school completed, the group have passed their travel challenge.
Bye! Bye!
And Lewis, Chloe and Chantel can now head to Bajawa, their final destination, where they'll meet the other group tomorrow and individually battle it out for the title of Traveller of the Week. It's morning in Bajawa, the travellers' final destination.
Is anyone thinking about the competition now? It's getting closer.
I wish we all got to take a slice of pie.
Both groups have managed to get here on time and, having successfully completed their voluntary projects, are now approaching their meeting location, the Langa Bamboo Forest on the edge of town. Here they will decide who deserves to be made Traveller of the Week, with which comes an extra 50% travel budget for their final week ahead. With the end of the competition in sight, how everyone votes this week is of special significance for our travellers. It's been a difficult week for Chloe and Chantel, who came to blows early on, but have they done enough to salvage their relationship and convince the others that they deserve a vote?
I think despite the problems at the beginning, were more to do with the fact that Chantel, had these ideas about me that I felt were kind of unfair and also unfounded. Now it's, the end of the week and we've come through it, and I really hope that she's changed her mind. I really hope that she, doesn't think those things, because, we've had quite a nice time this week.
My opinion of Chloe hasn't changed at all. The only thing that is better is that I've learnt to live with Chloe. It's not fun and it's not easy, but it's doable.
How do you guys reckon the other two did this week?
I think our task was better.
I think we might have had a little, flirtation over the week.
See, I don't think they would have. I think Mary would have tried it. And Nathan would have brushed her off. I don't think Nathan was having a bar of it.
Any Komodos?
Nathan and Mary Claire had an awkward start to their week when Nathan told her he wanted to be just friends. Despite this rejection, can he still count on Mary Claire to vote for him as Traveller of the Week?
I think in terms of the competition this week, it's definitely helped me in terms of sorting things out with Mary Claire. But I'm still convinced that she's going to vote for Chantel, so can't see myself getting a vote off her.
Hi!
Hello!
The travellers have tried to have the most exciting week possible, and now they must outdo each other with their travel stories, hoping to win votes for Traveller of the Week. After the break, Chloe makes a surprise decision.
I think there's been a massive change in you in terms of your attitude.
And the travellers find out what lies in store for their final week in Indonesia.
So that we can determine who truly is the ultimate traveller.
Our two groups of backpackers have been travelling across Indonesia for the last 7 weeks. Next week is their last week, and once at their final destination, they must vote on who they think deserves to win the competition and take the title of Ultimate Traveller and £10,000 prize money. This week, both groups have had to get from Sumbawa to the hillside town of Bejawa in Flores.
Marigold! Hello, how are you? Good, how are you?
Good, I've missed you.
Miss you loads.
Both groups managed to arrive on time and have gathered at the Langa Bamboo Forest on the edge of town, where the meeting is about to get underway. 21-year-old Chloe won Traveller of the Week last week, so it's her turn to chair the meeting.
Nathan, Mary, how was your week? Did you see a Komodo?
We saw lots of Komodos. They are real. They're just chilling.
There's loads of them.
Oh my days.
Look at the size of that one.
They were sleeping under a room and everything. No joke. And they're human, killing. Yeah. As in, oh my goodness, we could have died.
What was the room like? What was the accommodation like?
Oh my days. That place was a joke. I
couldn't have stayed there then.
You would have absolutely gone mental in that place. There's holes in the ceiling where there must be stuff living.
It just stinks.
What is that? There's some sort of bug there with rat droppings or something. I had to block up all the holes on the floor where there were snakes and that about. That's how bad it was. It was not good.
Oh. I felt this week I did anyway, have a real sense of achievement after what we did.
Because we built a water hole for the Komodos to drink out of.
We had to dig a hole. I must say I wasn't as good at that as Nathan was. I was just
And how did you guys get on this week, the two of you?
I was a little bit apprehensive with travelling with Mary Claire in a group of two as well, so I just feel that, I'll try to make it a good week for you.
It's good.
Now it's Chloe, Chantel and Lewis's turn to try and impress the others.
we stayed in a convent and we stayed with the nuns, and it was really lovely. It's actually one of the nicest places we've ever stayed. I think we've ever stayed in Indonesia. It was amazing. Spotless. Yeah.
And then we went from the convent to the school, and it's just mad. There's kids like everywhere.
As soon as we got there, like all the kids are outside. Oh, look at them!
Hello. Yes.
Can I get a little bit louder?
We did a proper English lesson for them. We were like teaching them about England and stuff, and they were so advanced.
Yeah, they had like a whole prayer written out in English and stuff. Who was like most involved, or who took charge or whatever?
I think Chantal did best. She got into it.
Okay, so everybody read it. I am in school. I feel like I kind of got really involved with the school task. I weren't like really happy with like the group that I was in at the beginning of the week, but I think I made the most of it and kind of just got on with things and like had a good week.
Now the travellers must cast their votes.
Remember that this decision will have no bearing on who will ultimately win next week. This week, I'm going to vote for Chantal, regardless of all the things going on at the beginning of the week. From the beginning, when we arrived in Indonesia, up until now, I think there's been a massive change in you in terms of your attitude towards the task, so that's why I vote for you.
Oh, thanks. Okay, this week I'm going to vote outside of my group. I did have fun within the group, but it sounds like you really looked after Mary this week, Nathan, so I'm going to vote you Traveller of the Week this week.
And this week I'm going to vote for Chantal. I think you're really good with the task, so that's why.
And this week I'm going to vote for Marie Claire because I think that she really got stuck in with the task, and I didn't expect to have a really good week for her, and that's why I'm going to vote for Marie Claire.
The last vote is down to Marie Claire. Will she vote for best friend Chantal, or has Nathan done enough this week to secure her vote? This would put him on equal footing with Chantal, with 2 votes each.
This week I'm going to vote for Nathan. You were really mature at the start of the week for having that conversation. That must be quite difficult, but for me that made the week so much better because I felt so comfortable. You also got stuck into the task really well, so I think you deserved it this week.
The outcome of that is that Chantal has 2 votes and Nathan has 2 votes, so it's a split vote. And unfortunately, as I am the outgoing Traveller of the Week, it's up to me to decide who gets Traveller of the Week.
Will Chloe stick to her original choice of Chantal, or has she been impressed by what she's heard about Nathan?
I'm going to award Traveller of the Week to Nathan. It sounds like you did really well on the task, which you always do, so that's why I vote for Nathan.
When Chloe had to decide the vote, I just put my head down because I thought she was going to stick to her main vote, which was Chantal, and she didn't, so I'm really pleased with myself, and I'm really pleased the way the meeting went.
Voting over, Chloe must now reveal what lies in store for the final week ahead.
This coming week is our last week of travel. At the end of this week, we must decide who gets to take home the £10,000 cash prize. So that we can determine who truly is the ultimate traveller, this week we will be travelling as a 5.
I'm so happy.
I thought you were going to say alone. Yes.
Oh my god. So happy.
Yeah, that was so good.
Finally then, I can reveal our next and final destination. This week, we must travel further east, in Flores, to the Mount Kelimutu volcano, one of Indonesia's most mysterious and dramatic sites.
Yeah.
Mysterious.
Strictly speaking, we don't have a travel challenge for this final week. Instead, we must use our time together wisely, making our final judgments about one another as travellers and rivals.
For their last week in Indonesia, the travellers must try and impress each other in a bid to win the votes that really count, as they finally decide which one of them deserves to be called the ultimate traveller and win the £10,000 prize money.
Together as a 5, we leave the jungle.
Last week in Indonesia.
I know.
Here we go. I would love to be crowned ultimate traveller. You know, the 10 grand would go a long, long way in my pocket, and that, you know, it would make certain dreams come true.
Take my stick with me. I think the pressure of having to choose someone out of the group to win £10,000 is gonna mount up throughout the week, and it's really pressurising, to be honest, and I think that's how everyone's gonna feel.